Let's
It's
get the
late
countdown
night.
timer going.
It's late night, everyone. It's late night. This is our
It's-
Halloween episode.
Bingo. We are 9 minutes and 54 seconds from Halloween fun.
Halloween goodness, Halloween awesome. You guys are just going to be flipping out over our content for this week. It is like the must watch show. Like you're probably just going to want to watch it over and over and over and over.
And as you do, you'll become more and more scared, more and more fear. You will be fearful.
Yes.
That's where I went with it.
Yes.
So I'm getting ready to share. I hope you're sharing too.
I am sharing, you guys. Hey, everyone, share about this Halloween goodness. You're going to be like, what the? This is so awesome. I just want to make sure that I am watching the show.
Are you watching the show?
I am watching the show.
You're supposed to be doing the show on.
Oh wait, I'm doing the show. I thought that it was just automatically recorded.
Be an audience and a host. You have to be one or the other. Make a decision now.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So I will go ahead and I'll share the show.
You better. Jeez.
I know. Jeez. What the heck?
I'll do the same thing.
Okay. I'm going to go on radio silence a little. I'm not going to be able to hear you though, because I'm going to mute it so that I can get in there and start sharing. But I'll still talk.
Will you?
Oh my goodness, everyone. I'm so excited about this Friday, you guys. We have been working so hard to make this show really awesome for you. I'm sure that as you see this show, you're going to realize it has a lot of love in it. Okay, let's see.
Love.
Oh,
Dark love from Black Heart.
I forgot to add Lisa.
Formed in the middle of the night, darkest of nights, the coldest of nights, we have prepared this show, hence a celebration of Halloween.
Yeah, guys, come on, let's do this.
Spooky. All right,
Yes,
Christine
so-
Tracy's watching. Welcome, Christine Tracy.
Oh my goodness, Mom's watching. Hey, Mom.
Your mom's watching.
Yes.
My mom's not watching. She's asleep in a couple rooms right now.
Mm.
My mom's like, I'll watch in the morning. I'm scared of the dark. But Chris Tracy has braved her fears to watch our show.
I know, right? It's like,
How do you like the spooky
seriously.
pumpkins? I did on the whole screen.
Shared. Let's see. Okay. Our second Halloween special. It's our second Halloween special.
I've never counted how many we've done. There's so many.
Lots of spooky goodness.
I'm sharing right now. I hope everybody else is also sharing.
Share. Okay, I'm going to start tagging every single person that pops up. I'm going to tag every single person.
Tag. There it. Haha.
Tag, you're it.
I just did a bunch of shares.
Yes.
Okay, who else do we have watching, folks? Let us know who you are, where are you from, and your deepest, darkest fears deep in the recesses of your heart.
Yes, let's see here.
That part of your soul. Anyway.
I'm tagging my sister. I'm tagging my friends.
No.
Everyone. Yes.
No. Okay, I'm looking at some Halloween jokes. You want to hear some Halloween jokes?
Yes. Tell us a Halloween joke.
Why do ghosts go on diets? So
Because
they
they're
can
nothing but bones.
So they can keep their ghoulish figures. We should have an evil laugh contest between you and I.
Yes.
Let's see. Folks, I see you're watching. We got some more folks that are signing on to see us. And for some reason, Google Voice just wanted to talk about something about deep in the heart, soul. My Google Voice is being weird on my phone. Let me straighten that out real fast.
It's really funny. I'm over at my friend's place tonight, and it's so funny. James says, Google, what time is it in North Carolina? And the Google here is like telling the time the same time as James was. Is funny.
Yes, it was very humorous. Okay. Where does a ghost go on vacation?
Ghost Town.
Malibu.
Oh my God. That's so hilarious.
Why is my phone, when I put it on silent, making sounds? We're making sounds, phone.
Yeah, make sure you turn your phone onto silent, James.
I have.
Because seriously. Hi, Maya. Maya's watching. Yay.
Hello. I see Kevin Hartgen is also watching from one of our pages here. Hello. Welcome, Kevin, to the Halloween special.
Oh,
I'm getting warmed up for Savannah's Evil Laugh.
I'm
contest.
so excited. This is going to be so much fun.
When you're ready for the Evil Laugh contest, Savannah, our viewers will tell us.
So much fun. Yay!
I see Maya's put down Yee Halloween episode 2021. So for those of you that don't know, Maya is the president of the Friday Ninja Monster Hunter Squad for Late Night Craft Talk.
Aaron, sharing this thing. Can't.
Hey, Svea.
Yeah.
Why did the ghost go into the bar?
Because he just wanted to stop by and say boo.
Nope, almost, for the booze. What is in a ghost's nose? Svea, what's in a ghost's nose?
I don't know.
Boogers.
Ah, nice.
Why did the policeman ticket the ghost on Halloween?
Because he was going boo fast.
Nope. Because he didn't have a haunting license.
Crazy stuff.
Why do demons and ghouls hang out together?
Because they have a ghouling time.
No. Because demons are a ghoul's best friend.
Oh, yeah.
Why did the ghost starch his sheet?
I don't know.
He wanted everyone scared stiff. 2 minutes and 43 seconds.
Yeah. Guys, it's seriously going to be an epic show. I always love this. This is like my favorite show to do every year.
Every year. Why? What does a panda ghost eat?
Bamboo.
Yeah, you looked that one up.
No, I didn't. I swear.
Maya says, hope everyone had a great Friday. If not, this show will cheer you up. It will cheer you up. I don't know how to bring happiness into my haunted, spooky special. What is a ghost's favorite dessert?
I don't know.
Ice cream.
Oh my goodness. These are seriously, you're killing me with these.
I hope so. All right, Svea, we got 1 minute and 42 seconds. We need to do the Evil Laugh contest.
Okay, I'll try.
After the credits.
Okay.
After the credits.
After the credits?
After the credits.
Okay.
How do you know you've been ghosted?
I don't know.
The poltergeist doesn't text you back.
Oh.
What is a ghost's favorite play? What is a ghost's favorite play?
I don't know. What is it?
Romeo and Juliet.
Nice.
We have a good evening from Wendy Hodge. She's watching.
Oh, yay.
Welcome, Wendy Hodge.
Whew. It's a little hot. You want to put the AC on? Maybe open the window.
Turn on all the AC. Dan, turn on the AC.
I know. We're gonna turn the AC down to like 5 degrees because we're staying at my friend's house.
Dan, take the palm fronds that you have brought and fan Svea.
Oh, Dan, hey. Oh my goodness. I just figured out what I need. Oh my goodness.
What does a ghost's mom say when she gets in the car? Fasten your sheet belt. Svea, it's time for the countdown. All right, folks, count down with me. 10, 9, 8.
Oh, 7, 6, 5, 4,
That's about
3,
2, 1. Showtime.
Woo!
Welcome to the Halloween special of Late Night Craft Talk. Starring Svea Spooky Yang and James the Hellish Hermes. On tonight's show, we have Lisa Kessler talking about her experiences at the Whaley house. Wil Cruz tells of his encounter with the specter from another time. A mystery guest known from TV and movies will tell us of the Halloween family values. Dun-dun-dun-dun. This and more on tonight's Late Night Craft Talk Halloween special.
Hi, Svea.
Hi.
Is it really that hot in there?
It's Haunted Mansion wallpaper.
What kind of like little designs are on that fan?
It's the wallpaper from the Haunted Mansion.
Okay, appropriate for the show. Better than bring out one little hearts and little ponies. Welcome to our. She's getting warmed up, folks. She's getting warmed up for our big contest here. Welcome to the Halloween edition of Late Night Craft Talk. And I totally forgot to change my wallpaper, my background. Folks, this is from a thing I had to record earlier this evening, and apparently Svea is more prepared than James at this very moment. James is going to change his background to something a little more festive for the occasion. Good job, James.
Yes.
Good job.
Good job, James. Let me pat you on your back here. Good job, James.
That's your back.
Good job. Okay, take your hand. James, take your hand. Put it on your shoulder. And pat yourself.
I feel so much better now.
You
Svea,
should.
all right.
You should.
Okay, before we get started with the show, we got a little bit to take care of. What's going on with Dancing Bear Indian Trader?
So we have been working terribly hard at all kinds of stuff, like, making sure our customers are happy, working on our website, filling our orders, all that kind of good stuff.
Gotcha. There we go.
We were at Svea. For the port cap, yeah.
I also want to say welcome right quick to Michelle Caballero, who's now watching the show.
Oh my goodness.
Shout out right there.
Yes.
A lot of people watching.
Welcome you guys to our show. If you don't know about our show, this is the first time you've watched our show, make sure you like and subscribe to our Facebook pages and our YouTube channels. Every week we do the show at 10 p.m. Pacific time, and we always have the most interesting shows for you guys. We always come up with interesting topics, guests, etc. So this obviously is my favorite episode of the year. Ever.
It's so entertaining. I'm already eating my caramel corn watching the show.
I know, right? So I have pretzels.
Okay.
They're kind of like shaped of like a skull face. Look. I make it look mask. Make it look
like a miniature piece of toast that somebody posted a couple things. Okay, now we have a mask. That's kind of cool. All right, my turn.
Yes, go for it.
All right, folks, Elk Rack. We're going to have some updates right now with what I mentioned, the Bow South expedition, the charity paddle I'm leaving for in so let's just say in 48 hours, I will be on Lake Mead paddling for 500 miles in 28 days. So we're going to be posting some stuff. We'll be doing some promotions, but largely we're going to have our Christmas stuff hitting Thanksgiving weekend, which is when I'll be back about that time. So we'll have some stuff hitting there. We'll be ready for it. Otherwise, it's all about the charity paddle right now. And as we've been talking about the last few weeks, it's about to happen. And you'll hear more about it with some updates on the show, whatnot, over the month of November. So that's what's happening with Elk Rack. Shall we start the show?
Yes.
All right.
By the
way, first off is the evil maniacal laugh contest we need to do. And folks, we have a lot. I mean, I'm not messing. We got a lot of cool stuff tonight. We've been doing a lot of work. Today's been a lot of work. Get ready for this. We're making knock it out of the park for y'all.
This is also, by the way, this whole maniacal laugh thing. This is like a totally unplanned situation. So we have absolutely no preparation for this. This is like purely on the fly.
My family, evil scientists, villains, ghouls, and those of we have an unnatural or persuasion, whatever, have been preparing for generations for this contest between you and I. I am prepared.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, folks, I will go first. Let us know who has the most maniacal laugh. Here I go. Svea. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna wait till the audience comes out, but I am probably seriously. I'm gonna concede. That was good. I did not know you had that in you. You are evil.
Well, I try.
You tried really good right there. You did. We saw, folks, the natural Svea.
I was like, okay, I need to yell so loud that the neighbors here think I'm weird. I'm not even at my home, so it's totally cool. The neighbors outside are like, what the heck is going on at my friend's house?
Gotcha. Well, I'm going to concede. Svea, we're starting to hear. Rachel Hill says, ah, ha, 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 ha. I'm hearing from some others. I'm just going to say, folks, I'm giving it Svea Gwen. Legit. But she had to give it her all.
I really yelled loud. I mean, they could hear me upstairs.
I got it.
I heard them going, "Hey, down on there!"
Did they seriously do that?
No.
Okay. That would have been awesome if they did. All right. You know, a little follow-up from last week. We had the pet costume contest last week, and everybody is winner. Dave Uchonsky came on, friend of the show. We love Dave. Came onto the show to help judge the contest, and everybody that entered got a free DVD of Black Pumpkin, Dave's movie that he's producer and also is in.
Yes.
And I got a text the other day. And let me.
What was the text? What was your text, James?
I got a text from one of our viewers.
Okay.
And they sent me this picture. When it arrived right in the mail, there it is in the mail directly from Dave Uchonsky.
Yay! That's awesome.
Thank you, Dave, for bringing that up, doing that, and supplying those, and being a part of our show again. And
yes, that is honestly, like, that is seriously so awesome. He sent out DVDs to everyone. I know that we got our copy sent to my Robin. Let me know that we got a copy today. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I got a copy. Cool. And apparently, Dave said that it's also on Amazon Prime. It's streaming on Amazon Prime.
It is on Amazon Prime. Matter of fact, I've actually got it queued up. Black Pumpkin, and there's a sequel. Black Pumpkin came out in 2020. In 2021 came out the sequel called The Legend of Fall Creek, which is a sequel to Black Pumpkin. We got two parts.
Yeah.
When the movie Dune came out, you only got part one. You have to wait a year, or probably 2-3 years for part two of Dune.
Yeah.
So, folks, we got both
parts. Them right away.
Both parts, Black Pumpkin and The Legend of Fall Creek.
That's awesome. Yay, Dave. Congrats to our winners. I'm so excited. You guys gotta let us know what you think of the movie. And then you gotta let us know what you think, because Dave's in it. Hollywood Dave.
Everything. All right. So with that, let's see here.
Yeah, you should have it soon, Maya, because I know that he sent all of them. So,
yep, Kelly Jo Miller, welcome back to the show and watching. We're glad you're here.
Yay!
If you entered the butt contest, you got a copy of Black Pumpkin. All right, so let's go on. Should we move on to the next section of the show?
Yes.
Our first part for our show tonight, folks. We have special guests, 3 special guests tonight, all talking about different experiences or parts of Halloween. And we want to first start off with what is known as the Whaley House in San Diego.
Yes. So if you guys don't know about the Whaley House, you have to go. I've gone several times, and it's really kind of cool. Like, it's very, very, very haunted. It's actually one of the most haunted places in the U.S. It's actually on the list. So,
caramel corn. Don't give me thirsty.
so you
right.
you definitely want to go if you can. And we have some sneak previews of it too. So I have some footage that I took.
So we're going to start off with our first guest tonight is Lisa Kessler. She's a writer and singer and a former docent of the Whaley House. And we spoke to her a little earlier, and she's going to share some of her favorite stories and what exactly is the Whaley House, a little bit of the history. And folks, okay, I keep on saying it, and I really, truly mean it. This is neat. It was fun talking to her today. So with that, let me go ahead and introduce, and we'll bring out, so as I press the right buttons here, well, we're going to bring out tonight's first special guest, Lisa Kessler, singer-songwriter and former docent of the Whaley House. Welcome to the show, Lisa Kessler, who's going to share some of her experiences from the Whaley House.
We are so excited to have you here. Welcome.
Welcome, Lisa, to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. I always love to talk about the Whaley House.
So tell us a little bit about the Whaley House for those that don't really know about it.
Like me.
All right, sure.
Well, also I know it's a house you but I think I might get that wrong from what Svea is kind of, implying.
Well, lots of people actually in San Diego don't realize that San Diego is the home of America's most haunted residence. Life magazine deemed the Whaley House America's most haunted residence. And it was actually built in the 1850s, and it was the first brick residence in San Diego. But the reason that it's haunted is probably because it was actually built on San Diego's first execution grounds. So that was where the gallows were that they would hang criminals. And so when San Diego built a courthouse, a real courthouse, they tore down the gallows. And of course, no one wanted to own that property. So they gave Mr. Whaley a great deal. And he bought up all the property and built his family home on it. And lots of bad things happened there. I've had people on tours before who asked me if, it was cursed. I don't know if it was cursed, but a lot of people passed away there. So there's a lot of energy when you go to visit. And a lot of things did happen to the Whaleys that perhaps were, bad news kind of things. Lots of deaths happened there after he built that house. And I was a docent there for about 6 years. So I gave tours every Thursday night. And it was always very active. And I had lots of really neat paranormal experiences working there.
Wow. Okay. So we're all dying to know.
Well, let's just say that what you just described, it's built in the 1850s, used to be execution ground.
Yeah.
You've already got all the elements there for something beyond cool.
Right.
Something to make Blair Witch look like a Disney movie.
Yeah.
Funny.
But people always ask me if it was scary being there, if I was scared. And it never felt evil there. There's always paranormal activity, but it's typically the Whaley family or Yankee Jim, who was actually the last man executed on the gallows there before Mr. Whaley built the house. He's definitely around in that house, but he always feels like a more joking kind of energy to me. I've never felt anything malice or bad. Violet Whaley, their daughter, killed herself there. And when her energy is around, it usually feels sad. So I've never felt anything that I went, ooh, that feels bad. So I've never been scared there, but yeah, it does have all the trappings for a horror movie, right? You built your house on execution grounds, and they actually have a theater upstairs in the Whaley house. And the first theater troupe that rented it from Mr. Whaley, the man running the theater troupe got up, did a show, stepped off stage, and died. So lots of weird bad things happened at the Whaley house, but not evil.
Gotcha.
You said his name was Whiskey Pete, or was it Whiskey Jim?
Yankee Jim.
Yankee Jim, my apologies. I must be thinking of State Line, Nevada. So what did he, what was he executed for? Do you know?
Horse thief. And then he wasn't, from the stories that were in the old newspapers, it doesn't sound like he was the world's smartest criminal. He had stolen things, and then when he was escaping the police, he was wearing a bright red shirt, and he stole someone's boat and tried to, I don't know, row away, and so he was easily apprehended. But yeah, it was for being a thief.
Yeah, the dude stole a horse and a boat, and most places the horse thief will get hung right there. That's yeah, he wasn't too smart. When you've led some of the tours, have you had any of the guests that kind of like just say experience something and just kind of go like a big jump or a gotcha, going, what was that?
Yes.
What's your favorite story from that?
My favorite was, there was a man who was, I believe he was a firefighter, but oftentimes Yankee Jim would mess with men on the staircase of the Whaley house. My son actually had an experience like that, where they'll start rubbing their neck and they get up to the top. And I would usually, I usually talked about Yankee Jim downstairs in the courtroom. So by the time we get upstairs, I'm already talking about the theater and all these other things. But there was this one man who was a firefighter, and he got up there and he kept rubbing his neck. And finally he said, I feel like I need some water or something. And his wife looked at him and she goes, you have like a red ring around your neck. And that was what Yankee Jim would do sometimes, especially if it was a man who was a first responder, a fireman, police officer, paramedic. He would, they would call it, that it was the rope. It was the hangman's noose. But the interesting thing, like when it happened to my son, is as soon as you go outside of the house, it's gone. But Reno, my son, had, it was all the way around like the back of his neck. So it wasn't just, from rubbing it. So that was probably one of the, cooler things. Another time there was a little boy who saw a shadow behind me in the theater. That was a little bit unsettling. And he was totally calm. He was like 3 and he was going, Mommy, who's the man standing behind her? And I'm like, what? So,
wow.
So he could see him.
Wow, that's crazy. So what kind of personal experiences you had? Because, you would probably be, you obviously would spend a lot more time in the Whaley house than most people do. Obviously other staff would spend time there, but are there any like individual scenarios or things that happened to you that you felt or you experienced?
Yes, for sure. We would get dressed in the old timey garb up in the upstairs. There was backstage of the little theater. There was like this dressing closet, but it opened right into the Whaley master bedroom. And if you go visit the Whaley house, they have protective plastic Lexan glass so that you can't go into the bedrooms, but you can still take pictures. But in the dressing room, there's no glass. So I could have just walked into the bedroom. So I used to take a lot of pictures there. And on my Pinterest board, you can see lots of pictures of the Whaley master bedroom where there's no glass. And I would talk to the Whaleys and then snap pictures with my cell phone and then later look at them. But one night I hadn't been there and I had missed a Thursday. I was out of town or something. So when I came back, it had been like 2 weeks. And I asked the Whaleys, did you miss me? And I went to take my picture and they turned off my whole phone. The whole phone went off. And I was like, ooh, okay then. And I went down to do my first tour. And toward the end of the tour, we had finished upstairs. We were downstairs in the final hallway going toward the door. And I'm telling them about the living room. And there's an old pump organ there. And my hair, we would wear our hair in a bun, and I had a bun cover that had a comb that went underneath the bun. So it was very secure, had never fallen off, but it felt like something was crawling through my hair, and it felt like a bug. So I'm trying to tell them about this room, and I keep touching my head, and it's very unsettling. And finally, a woman on my tour goes, "It's behind you." I'm like, "What?" And I looked, and the comb from my hair was out and on the mat by the door. So it had fallen out and landed like 4 or 5 feet from me. And so I had goosebumps all over. And I said, "Thank you." And I picked it up, and people were leaving, and they're like passing me tips. I'm like, I had nothing to do with it, but thank you. As they leave. And after they were gone, I had a little bit of the willies. And so I put the comb back in, and I looked around the house, and I said, "Okay, Whaley's, that's enough." And it was dead the rest of the night, so to speak. They left me alone. It's fine. But that was very unsettling. But it was really nice that they were so gentle taking it out. I mean, it really felt like a bug had been, so it was obviously the women and not Yankee Jim. Who were carefully taking it out to let me know that, yes, they did miss me. We also did a Christmas carol inside the Whaley house at Christmas time a couple of years. And there was a moment, I was the ghost of Christmas past. And there was a moment that after the first production of it, we were done, and it was probably 11:30 at night. So Old Town was getting quiet outside, and it was only the cast who were in there. And we went in the courtroom to take a photo. And so I had my phone, and I want to say I took like 4 pictures, and 3 were totally normal, and 1 was like an old tintype photo. You know how they're just brown and yellow on my cell phone. I mean, it was so bizarre. It was like we looked at the photos, and everybody went, "It's like we time traveled to 1850. I'm like, right? So weird. So that was very weird. But they say that, spirits are energy, and so they love our computers and cell phones and things because they can get involved, so it was very interesting.
Got it. I got to imagine that when you're dressing actually in period clothing, giving the tours, that you may have, you say, "Hey, Whaley, Whaley's, I'm here." And then so you might have, like, say, a head appear, something like that going. And if you're dressed in period garb, they might address you going, "I'm trying to make myself disappear. I'm trying," going,
"Yeah.
Hello there, Lisa. You're dressed in a period uniform that I can appreciate. Thank you for doing this. Is that the latest fashion there? Are women still wearing the undergarments, Victorian? I sure hope so. They look like, how'd you going?" If they ever talk, I doubt they're going to talk to you like that. But when they're looking at the computer, they may go, "Look at that little device, the electronic device. Is that run by an internal candle? I don't know. Is it a hand crank? The little windmill, little water wheel that makes that little thing glow like that. That's amazing. It's run by kerosene."
Or you see a floating head like this.
Yeah. If I saw a floating head like that, I would not continue to be a volunteer at the Whaley house. Just saying. No, I never saw any floating heads.
And nobody talking like the old tinny type going, "Hello there. Look at that. I love your computers. We go love it. We've got all the time in the afterlife to learn how to use them too."
That's right. They do.
I think it is true what you're saying about the phones. Because last year when we went to a one of our friends has a haunted warehouse. His business is in a haunted warehouse.
An old part of Chula Vista that's been rebuilt.
Yes. And we were I was taking pictures of my phone around, and my phone stuck on and took 78 photos on burst.
Wow. Yeah. They love our cell phones. Yeah. They really do.
Yes. And then the other time is we did a filming with him in September, and they made the whole screen, because he was using his iPad. They made the whole screen pink. It was for like just a few seconds. I'll send you the link to that show. But it was crazy because the whole screen was like pink static, and it did it 2 times. Yeah. And I've never had that happen ever before. So we're like, what was that? And everyone thought I did it. I'm like, no.
Oh, wasn't me. That was like my comb. I'm like, wasn't me.
Wow, that is so crazy. I've never
I'm gonna
gotten.
go to Whaley House to tour now.
Yeah, I've been telling
You
James.
should.
And I'm totally gonna, yeah, I want to do that, but first I'm going to watch, no, I'll do it second. I'll do it after Whaley House. I'm going to watch A Nightmare Before Christmas.
There you go. There you go.
I've been trying to get this guy. I mean, if you if you look there, all the comments when I talk about Nightmare Before Christmas, everyone's like, it's the best movie. You should watch it. It's so awesome. Everyone's like, I've seen it. I love it. This guy.
I'm not a conformist. I'm thinking, are the Whaleys open to business opportunities where we can take our cell phones and have ghost charging?
Ghost charging?
The ghost, you have your batteries, take a charger. No, just have a ghost and go.
Oh,
Energy, ghost charging.
You know what's funny is they drain your battery. I've never heard of them charging it, but that happens all the time.
So they get on your phone and they're cruising bad stuff on the internet, texting people, making prank calls.
It could be, yeah.
Actually, I've had experience where that kind of happened.
Whoop,
Yeah.
battery gone. Yep, that happens a lot at the Whaley House.
I've heard about that happening too. Yep. So I think this was a really great interview. Thank you so much, Lisa, for coming on our show. And maybe we'll ask you to come back next year and tell us another story.
Oh, sure. I'd love to tell
Sure, you have 6 years worth in there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Lisa, you have sent some fun stuff. This has been cool. Thank you for being on.
Well, thanks for having me on, and hopefully I'll see you guys again.
Yes. Whoop.
I love that story.
It was seriously like a really cool interview. I can't even imagine that happening to me at the Whaley House.
I'm not going to give up on my concept of contacting some ghosts and try ghost charging, but in like reverse, so they don't drain your phone. You gotta watch for the ghosts.
Yeah,
come
I
along and
know.
like, oh, this dude can't see me. I'm going to buy some stuff on Amazon.
Yeah. Like buys like sheets or anti or fog spray or something.
Something that's bodacious. But I'm pumped. Now you just really
Yes.
These
Okay.
are natural for me. Svea must show my effort.
No. Oh my God.
I've accomplished things in my genetics of evil that you must endeavor.
Okay. Anyway, next.
Yes. You just recently toured the Whaley House.
Yes, I did. And I have some stuff to share with you.
You show.
Okay. All right. So let me get this going.
Do I need to co-host you right quick?
Yeah, actually, I think you need to co-host me because I am a co-host here,
All right. You're co-hosted. Now we can do a share screen. Glad we took care of that now, and now 5, 10, 15 minutes before the show started.
Yeah. Okay, guys. All right. So this is our Whaley House tour info. Okay. So let's see here. Does this sharing screen thing like block the screen?
I don't see any pictures of ghosts. I just see white and white.
Okay. It says Whaley House tour.
Okay.
You don't see
Where's
it?
the ghost?
Okay.
A ghost is white sheet, white background. I can't see. It's like a polar bear in a snowstorm. Okay.
Okay. This is Lisa, and this is Robin. She works at our store, but that was at the tour that we did a few years ago with her as our host. I figured that would be kind of a nice share so you guys could see her in her outfit. Okay. Here is the Whaley House video. Okay, so this is what it looks like outside. And these were our tickets when we went. This is inside. This is in the. I made sure to take video for you guys. What it looks like in there.
Case of Henry Rankin. I like his name. Whaley House courtroom. Mind you, folks, this was built on the last place where they were doing public executions.
Dining room. These are the actual people. Violet.
So I don't see the walls bleeding blood.
Troy, I see a face in this mirror.
I see a face in this mirror. I'm sorry if it looks too motiony. I'll get sure.
That's
video.
streaming on the internet.
You okay? Hopefully.
I like the Victorian. I love the Serbian Victorian pictures.
This is one of the rooms. This is the
Okay, that girl's
nursery.
creepy.
I know, right?
That's like an 1870s, 1850s Chucky there.
That's the master bedroom in the Whaley house.
Think they've got to come repeat it?
This is the theater. That's upstairs.
They're showing Dune.
That's the theater. You see someone in there?
So yeah, what was
I'm like, I'm filming here.
see the ghost?
Yeah. This is going down the stairs. But being careful not to fall down while I'm walking and filming at the same time.
We need a GoPro on my head now.
I know, right?
Fully. The doors are cool. Where's Casper?
I did see Kessler.
Stone so that you have kind of the visual.
Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice.
Yeah, there are a few things I really wish.
We were in the tour, like the speaking tour. I was just filming around while we were in there.
And this is the way it looked in the 1860s, 50s.
Yeah, I think they tried to keep it pretty period.
No big screen TV.
No big screen TV. That was a Dia de los Muertos altar they made for them
Okay.
outside.
I love it.
Somebody's like attached to her or something.
It's in Old Town San Diego, you know. And that's in the backyard of, that's the back side of the house.
At some point, we got to do a Halloween show from Teal's Tacos in Riverside.
So, okay, so that's the next one. So now these are some of the pictures that I took. Okay, so see that little green dot in the middle on the bench? I was asking Lisa about that, and she thinks that that potentially is a ghosty. See that moved? So I took pictures around, and that thing was moving.
And mind you, when Svea and I was first showing me these photos of the little green dot moving, I went, it's probably a reflection from the light. And then when Lisa says, yeah, we've seen stuff like that, we're like, oh.
But like it's moving. And the other thing that's crazy about it is that the light, okay, so if it was a reflection from the outside, from that light that's outside the window, it wouldn't be moving all around.
And in the shadow of the light.
Exactly. So that was pretty cool. Let's see. James, are there any questions at all? Because
I'm looking right now.
I can't see it.
No questions right now about what's coming in right now, but if we're going to have any, it'll be in the next 10 seconds.
Okay.
With the
All
delay.
right. So this is a picture I took looking up at the hallway. And when you try to get pictures of ghosts, especially at the Whaley house and how I've gotten pictures in the past, I take like 20 pictures in the same location in the same space. So this one, I didn't see anything really. And then here you can see the people are walking around. And then see that little orb area. Okay, see this here? This is my mouse. I'm putting it right where it is. I just realized I could put my mouse there. Okay, so see where that my mouse there is? Okay, so I'm gonna click to the next screen. It's there. It's there. It's gone. So is that crazy or what? That's for sure. That's for sure. Look at that. See, it's gone. And maybe actually it did, it kind of, because you can kind of see that it's kind of in this area here. You kind of see there's a little bit of a circle.
Yeah. Again, it's in the shade part too that's being cast.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Or maybe it's Yankee Jim.
So, okay, now, so these are the pictures. These are the only pictures that I got from this last trip where I actually got something that looked like some kind of activity on my camera. So this is one of my favorite photos. This is I took this a while ago. I took this at the Whaley house and it was in the dining room. And when we went last time, they took all the chairs out, but it used to have chairs in there. And I believe that they say that in the dining room, there is actually a ghost of a dog. So I believe this is a ghost of a dog. When we, all the pictures I've had of the ghosts that I've taken there have been white. And this one has like a tan color. So I hope, and I hope it was a ghost dog. I think that'd be pretty cool. And so this next one I'm showing you here, oops. Here. This is in the theater where the benches were, and see this kind of cone right here, this kind of misty cone. I'm going to hide this because I'm concerned that this is actually covering the images. Let's see here. Hide floating meeting controls. There we go. So you can see right here, this is like a cone. This was not there before. Okay, and then this is another one. This one. See this right here? See how that moved? This is all within the first so many seconds of the picture, you know. And actually, oh, I see another thing too. So see right here too, right here. This is something as well. It's not here, that's just a reflection of the light, but you can actually see here, this is like an orb right here. I'm going to go back and forward again so you can see it wasn't there. Oop. And then it's there. So this is actually upstairs in the theater. And then this part, this was my first photo ever that I took of ghost photo. So if you see right here, this like little bit of shadowing at the doorway, I took probably like 20 photos, like we were saying 20 photos. And this right here is the shadow that popped up in one photo. It was not there, all the other photos. There's only one photo that was in. So I thought that was really cool. So those are my pictures at the Whaley house that I took. Pretty
interesting stuff.
Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
I wonder what everyone else thinks, because
right now, Maya says that well, Wendy Hodge, just where we talk about the Whaley house. She says, I had to look it up and realized it sounded familiar as if she had read about it before. Maya says, I love Old Town. Not sure about the Whaley house. I'm too chicken. Well, Maya, you're watching the spooky show. You can totally do the Whaley house.
Well, you know, Maya, also the other thing about this place is that, and even Lisa was saying, it is not the ghosts that are in there are not, they're not malicious. They're they're friendly. They're not malicious at all.
Just make sure your phone has a full charge.
Yes. And I really recommend going because it's really cool. I've gone there and I've smelled cigar smoke. I've gone there and I've smelled perfume. And it's really weird because it is very intermittent. It's not all the time.
Interesting stuff. We have a comment from Wendy Hodge says, I would love to be scared by an actual ghost. Go to the Whaley house. And she also commented, those pictures are crazy neat.
Thank you. I'm so excited that I got those photos. I love taking those pictures. It was really, really awesome being there. I had such a great time there. And it's such a cool location. Oh my goodness.
Old Town San Diego. I love Old Town San Diego. I was there for a couple weeks ago for breakfast with a couple of friends. It's neat, neat, neat.
And I like to do the tours at night because the light is low. So if you go during the day, I don't think that you maybe will get as much photos unless it's in a dark room. I definitely recommend going at night because if you want to try to get some ghost photos, make sure you use a cell phone to take pictures because cell phones tend to take better ghosty pictures versus like a DSLR, Canon or Nikon, like a high level camera. And the reason why I think that makes a difference is that when you have a mobile phone, the camera is not as high level as like a DSLR. And so when you're in a low light situation, the lens will stay open longer because it wants to capture as much light. And then that's when I've gotten some of the best pictures. Lisa actually suggested using flash. So, I mean, it just depends. I mean, she's gotten some really great photos as well. So, okay.
All right. I think it's we're talking about the Whaley house, but that's not the only haunted place in San Diego County.
Yes, this is true. This is true.
I think we might want to shift our focus over toward maybe East County. East
Yeah,
County,
you know, I
rural
think
area.
there's a really awesome story from Wil, our
Yes.
buddy who has a haunted warehouse.
So if everybody remembers our Halloween special a year ago, we went to Wil Cruz, who owns Blue Island and Native Apparel.
Native Roots
Apparel. Thank you. And we saw some pretty interesting stuff when Svea and I were there together touring the warehouse. Well, Wil has his own story when he went over and rented a room at an inn in Julian, which is in East San Diego County, way up the mountains there. And so we had Wil on the show earlier today, and he shared a story that, well, let's just say that with Lisa and Wil's story and our special guest, made Svea and I's job easier to bring out a really cool Halloween special for everybody.
Yes. You're
So
going to love the story. Yes.
Shall we bring out Wil?
Yes, let's have Wil's story.
Okay, folks. Tonight's second guest is Wil Cruz from Island Blue and Native Apparel to talk about his experience at an inn in Julian, California. Let's get that going.
Hi, this is Wil from Native Roots, and I got a great Halloween story I could tell you. I could tell this story like it happened yesterday, but this happened back in 1995 in Julian. Me and my wife, we're going to do a little weekend getaway up in Julian. We reserved some rooms we reserved a room, the cottage at the Julian Hotel. And we drove up there, and as we got up there, we checked in, walked to the back. It was a really beautiful hotel, old, so then we go walk to the back of the cottage. We go to the room, we lock the door and walk in. But as we walk in, you had the smell of apple cinnamon right at the doorway, but you didn't think of anything at the moment. But it was just right there at the doorway, and you go, "Oh, apple cinnamon, that's cool." But you didn't think that it wasn't in the rest of the room, but it was only at the doorway. So we didn't think of anything like that. So we kind of had like a scenic route going to take the long way to Julian. So we're kind of tired, and we checked in around about probably like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So we went to the room, and we were going to take a nap before going to the town. So I'm sleeping. She's up. I don't know what she was doing at the time, but all of a sudden I was having like this nightmare, like this big body just splashed down on top of me, and it's holding me down and smothering. And I'm like screaming in my sleep, and my wife wakes me up. Wake up, you're screaming. And I wake up, I'm like, oh my gosh. I was having a dream like this big body. It was in overalls. It was wearing overalls like a black man. It just like splashed right on top of me and it's holding me down. She goes, "Oh, that's weird." And then I grabbed this teddy bear and I'm holding it as I'm telling her. Then I put the teddy bear down, and then I noticed an odor of apple cinnamon coming from within the teddy bear. My hand, I smell my hand. Oh, apple cinnamon. My wife smells it. She goes, "Oh yeah." So I grabbed the teddy bear to go smell, but there's no apple cinnamon smell on the bear. I go, "What?" So I go, "What about the pillow?" Grab the pillow. No apple cinnamon smell on the pillow. I go, "Oh, that's weird." So I go, I'm going crazy. I'm smelling the bed sheets. Going to smell. I go, "There's no apple cinnamon." I go, "Where would this smell come?" She goes, "I don't know. It was the weirdest thing." So I go, "We couldn't explain it." I said, "Okay." So she's taking a nap, and I'm just reading. Then all of a sudden, she's having a nightmare, and she's screaming, and I wake up. "Hon, wake up. You're screaming. Wake up." And she goes, "Oh my gosh." She goes, "I kind of like had the same Judah, but I just couldn't move. Something was holding me down." I said, "Oh, that's weird." So I said, "Well, let's go check out, walk around town though." So we go about the town, checking it out, seeing all the things, go to the apple pie company, seeing all the little stores, walking around town. So we get back to the room, and then we have dinner, go back out, have dinner, then we come back for night. So then we go to bed, normal time, I'd say probably 11 o'clock or so. So as we go to bed, I'm sleeping, she's sleeping. And then all of a sudden, I got this smelled like someone was in the sun all day, working hard in the field, doing hard work, doing something, you get that odor of sweat. So I wake up and I wake up and look to the side of the bed on my left. There's a big black man in overalls looking down on us, and he's wearing a straw hat. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So I think, oh, maybe I'm dreaming. So I go under the covers for like a few seconds, then I look out and he's gone. I'm like, whoa, wonder what? That was like, okay, no, that didn't happen. So then I go back to sleep. And I guess maybe 2 hours later, I get the smell of like a rose talcum powder smell. It smells like rose. And I wake up, and then at the foot of the bed is an iron, it's the iron railing. And there's a black lady in a red dress holding onto the railing, looking down on us. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm dreaming again, or this can't be happening. So then I go under the sheets and then I wait there a few seconds and I look, and then she's gone. So then I go, oh wow, that's crazy. So I'm scared at this point. I'm really scared, I'm really scared, and I'm afraid to go to sleep. So then maybe 2 hours later, I'm still up there, and then finally I go to sleep, and then the alarm goes off like at 8 in the morning, because we're going to go have breakfast at the front room where they hold the breakfast and the thing for bed breakfast. And I tell my wife, did you see anything last night in your sleep? She goes, no. And she goes, why? I go, you didn't see anything. You didn't feel anything? She goes, no, why? She goes, you're freaking me out. Why? And I told her what just happened. She goes, oh my gosh. And she's scared now. She goes, we should just leave this place. I said, I'm thinking the same thing. I'm scared. I don't want to go back in there. You're going to stay here. Like, well, let's go have breakfast. So we get up. And at this time, I really need to use the bathroom. I have to go pee really bad, but I'm afraid to go in the bathroom. I'm going to see something in the mirror. But then I go anyway. I have to do it. I go anyway. Nothing happens. So we go into the front lobby where we're having breakfast, and we sit down at the table. And then this couple named Rick and Marcia, they go, hey, can we join you for breakfast? I go, yeah, come on, have a seat. And they sit down. So they go, so how was your night last night? And me and my wife just look at each other. And I tell them the story, what happened with the visitations of the black man and the black lady. He goes, wow. He goes, did you know this place is registered as being haunted in the National Registries? I go, no. He goes, you didn't know? I go, no. He goes, did you know this place was haunted? I go, no. And he's like, did you have any expectations or anything? I go, no, nothing. He goes, okay, that's why they appeared to you, because you didn't have any expectations. And he's telling us, so he goes, and you really didn't expect it? I go, no, I didn't expect anything. He goes, oh, okay, wow. He goes, you know what? He goes, that's why they showed themselves to you, because you didn't have any expectations and you were vulnerable to them. I said, oh, okay. And then he goes, hey, you guys want to switch rooms? Because they had like the honeymoon suite with the tub in the same. And I said, man, Marsha, yeah, we'll trade rooms. And then his girlfriend goes, Marsha, no, we're not trading rooms. She goes, we're going to stay where we are. And he goes, come on, Marsha. He goes, it'll be fun. Let's go. Just trade rooms. And she goes, no, I'm not going to do that. And he goes, okay, well, you didn't have anything. I go, no, we didn't have expectations. And then the lady who owns who was the owners at the time, I don't know if she still is, comes and delivers our food. And I go to her, hey, is this place haunted? And, of course, she's not going to tell me the truth. And she goes, well, every now and then we get some kind of report or something happened, but it's no big deal. And I said, oh, okay. So that Rick looks at me and says, yeah, I told you. I said, okay. So then he goes, well, do this. He goes, do this. Tonight, before you go to bed, he goes, don't check out. Just stay here. Just stay here. Don't check out. I said, he goes, before you go to bed, just tell them, hey, we know you're here. Your presence is here. We're scared. Please let us have a peaceful night of sleep tonight. And he goes, I guarantee they won't bother you. I go, I don't know. He goes, just do it. He goes, just do it, Will. I said, oh, okay. I'm kind of leery about this thing. So I said, oh, okay, do it. So he goes, cool. So I go, hang on, I got to go to the restroom. So I get up and I look on the left side of the wall, and the pictures of the original owners are there. It's a black man, black woman. It was the people who visited us in the room. I was like, oh my God, those are the people who were in our room last night. And then my wife goes, oh my God, that's exactly how you described them there. but she goes, but they're dressed in a suit and all that. And then the owner goes, well, the original owner of this place is a freed slave. I go, really? He goes, yeah, but he wasn't wearing any type of overalls like this. He was known. I go, yeah, but that's how he appeared to me. I mean, yeah, he's probably out of town and stuff like that, dressed nicely, but what about wearing to work and stuff? He could have overalls, so it could be inside. She goes, well, maybe. So then she walked away because she wanted to get more involved in the conversation. So Rick goes, really? I go, yeah, that's the people in me. He goes, yeah, these are the original owners of the hotel. And that really freaked me out even more. So I said, Rick goes, you're the card, right? He goes, if I could convince Marcia here, she goes, no, you're not going to convince me. Let's trade rooms this afternoon. I said, well, I'm game for that. He goes, and Marcia goes, no, we're not trading rooms. I said, okay. So then after that, we all have breakfast, we leave, and we go into the, go about town, hanging out and everything, going to do throughout the day. And we get back to the hotel and the sun's going down. So there's a porch there. So we're sitting on the bench on the porch debating, should we go home? I'm really scared. I don't want to go back in that room. And Mark goes, well, we paid for 2 days. We'd hate to lose the extra money, It'd be kind of a waste. I go, well, I guess you're right. Let's try. She goes, why don't you just do what Rick said? Say something. I go, I don't know. She goes, well, just try, see what happens. I mean, sometimes we'll be like, we'll just pack up and go. I said, okay. So the rest of the night we're staying in the lobby. We're scared to go to the room. We don't want to go to the room. We're scared. We're playing chess and reading books, magazines, and finally it gets to 11 o'clock and well, we got to go to the room. So I got to the room, and then we turn on the radio, play it on Kixie 96.5. There, because try to get our minds off things. So I'll go take showers and get ready for bed, and then we go to bed and I'm ready to go to bed. She goes, aren't you going to say something? I go, do you think that's really going to work? She goes, just say it. Can't hurt. So I said, okay, we're really scared. We know you're here. Please let us have a peaceful night of sleep. We're scared, and we know you're here, and we'll be on our way. We won't bother you again in the morning. We'll pack up and go. Then she goes, okay. So we go to bed. That night, nothing happened. Not a single thing. Had a good night's sleep. I actually slept really well, and then woke up in the morning, and then the wife goes, hey, but anything happened? Oh, she goes, oh, wow, it worked. I go, yeah, I think it did work. So that's how that story ends right there. And that back area where the cottage used to be a stable in that room, but nothing happened. So that's the story of the Julian Hotel for us.
Your video star. Hold on. Okay. Apparently my video doesn't want to start for some reason. Hold on.
Dear.
Don't do that. Okay. All right, there we go.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, don't do what you did. Okay. I love Will's story right there. That we're getting some cool stuff. We have a comment that says that was a little freaky. And agreed, but Will, look where he works his warehouse. He's like, it's just part of my day job too.
Yeah.
Was Princess Leia tired?
She just wants to be held because she's like, I just want to be held.
You should have put her in the taco costume.
She's like, no taco for me today.
She belongs in the taco. Ghost taco. Okay. So Will, thank you for coming on the show again and sharing that.
Thank you so much, Will.
Cool. What's that?
I said, thank you so much, Will. This was like such a cool story to share.
We love it when Will comes on the show. He is so neat to talk to, and he gets into the story right there, and he's just a good storyteller with that, and he's just cool dude. All right. I think let me take a look here. Our succession of cool activities, because we still got a couple of cool things coming up.
Yes.
We have some movies. Matter of fact, it's 10:54. We're going to go a little over tonight.
Yeah, we're going to go over a little. Just because we did way too much.
Right.
Not cut out.
Yep. All right. So there's some movies that you could that are totally appropriate for streaming. That's Halloween. So I kind of compiled a short list, or looked up a short list of horror movies that you can stream on the different platforms that are available. And I'm going to kind of scroll through some. Unfortunately, I can't bring up the clips or show the website because of copyright issues, but we can talk about them.
Yes.
So according to Yardbarker, their best movies for streaming, I'm going to stroll down here, just go over a few of them. the 25 best horror movies you can stream right now using like Hulu, Netflix is the big one, even Paramount Plus or HBO Max. And it says the 25 best horror movies you can stream. And some of these I haven't heard of, but let's get it going down here. Okay. Things are kind of jumping. All right. Available on Shudder is the original Halloween with Mike Myers. There's actually some funny TikTok videos and stuff like that on featuring Mike Myers right now. I like to think of the Mike Myers from Wayne's World. All right, and Austin Powers. And we have Midsommar that is available on Amazon Prime, which is actually a Hindi movie about 20-somethings heading off to a once every 90 years midsummer celebration in central Sweden. It's kind of slow at the beginning, but with the drama, but eventually it's a zombie movie. It's kind of weird looking.
Hey, James.
Yeah.
How old do you think Mike Myers is?
The actor or the
character?
The character, 1970s.
Or how old do you think he is?
62.
Dan was saying he's like 172 years old.
172 years old.
Hold on.
While she's doing that, right, folks, Candyman's another good one to stream. I'm looking for ones that we can all recognize because a lot of these are foreign films are so kind of low budget C movies that I've never heard of them anywhere. I'm scrolling here. I'm getting nowhere.
You know what's a really good one that's you can watch on Netflix is called Hubie Halloween.
That's a good one.
That is such a fun one to watch. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I'm looking at this, and these are the pit.
So according to my Dan encyclopedia, he said that Mike Myers is our age.
29.9999.
Dan, why don't you just come over here, please? He keeps talking in the background. And so
okay, Dan. Right now, just to go over, I'm scrolling through this list. You want to get some good suggestions?
Just say
here's
Dan.
A classic, and I'll wait for Dan, and then I'll go on.
Yeah, Dan, come on, just say.
The movie came out in 78. He was 6 years old when he supposedly killed his sister. So he was born in 72. So he is in his 40s. So it does make sense that 20 years later,
It's Mike Myers. He's supernatural. It doesn't matter if he's 40, 60, 172, or 5. He's a product of unnatural means. All right. Here's a cool one. The Evil Dead. That is a classic many of you will recognize. Yes. Another one I'm going to go off the top of my head you can probably stream. Army of Darkness.
Yes.
I love Army of Darkness.
Yes.
And I'm trying to stick with movies that aren't so freaky like The Shining because I love The Shining.
Okay. Seriously, you guys, if you guys want to have a fun Halloween movie to watch, Hubie Halloween.
Hubie Halloween.
Yes. It has Adam Sandler in it. So already it's funny.
Rosemary's Baby's a good one. That's ready on what the heck is Fubo TV?
Fubo? I have no idea.
I'm looking at some of these and it's like Gerald's Game on Netflix. All right. But here's a classic, A Nightmare on Elm Street on HBO Max is showing. I love Freddy Krueger.
I have a really good one to suggest that is on, you can watch it on Disney Plus. It's called Nightmare Before Christmas.
I've never heard of it. Here's a classic. Don't go with the remakes. Don't go with the reimagine. Go with the classic, Child's Play. It's available on Tubi. Tubi. Chucky. All right. Phantom of the Paradise. What the heck? Some of these are so low budget. It's like, why? The Ring is another classic that's available on Netflix. The more recent classic.
There's actually a really good one I heard of that it's like a blockbuster film that we know someone that's in the movie.
Oh, we're getting to that one.
Yeah.
So with that's some of the suggestions I have on there. Some of these are really horrible suggestions, but we have ones that Svea and I both agree that are totally worth showing. And that is, as soon as it pops up, Black Pumpkin. From friend of the show, Dave Uchonsky.
Yes, Black Pumpkin.
Let me go ahead and read a summary.
You know what? Really quick, they have not paid. He has not paid us. There's no money that's changing hands or anything. We're just really recommending it because it's our friend's movie.
Because we love Dave Uchonsky. Okay, a roundup, and this is available at Walmart, local Walmarts, and you can stream it on an Amazon Prime account. Black Pumpkin is described as on October 31st, 2018, two preteens in a small town accidentally awaken an evil that has laid dormant for decades. They are forced to survive through a terrifying Halloween night of cat and mouse from the monster known as Bloody Bobby.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that said, there's actually a sequel to Black Pumpkin. It is called, it's a continuation of Bloody Bobby, The Legend of Fall Creek, which is also available on Amazon Prime. And I'm going to look right. I'm actually looking at Amazon Prime right now, and it's described as on a chilly Halloween night, Fall Creek Valley turned upside down when the Robert Bobby Maxwell disappeared from a party. On the 20-year anniversary, Bloody Bobby seeks revenge on his tormentors who sealed his fate with a blood pact.
Wow.
Go Dave Uchonsky. Legend of Fall Creek, everybody. Okay, with that, again, if you got an Amazon Prime account, you can stream it tonight. You can stream it tomorrow. You can stream it on Halloween night.
Yeah.
And now for our special guest.
Yes, we have a very special guest, you guys. Are you guys ready to watch our special guest?
I'm ready. Are
I'm
you ready?
I'm
Are
ready.
you ready, audience? Let me know.
Let's hope our audience is ready
Oh,
because it's
Wendy
really
Hodge says there's a sequel. Yes, there is.
Yep.
All right.
All right, let's
everybody.
keep going.
Here is this week's. Let me get it queued up here. Okay. Button here, button there. All right, everybody. Here's our mystery guest, and this is cool. It's gonna be easy. You're gonna know who it is right off the bat. Da-da-da-dun. Our mystery guest for this week's episode of Late Night Craft Talk. Special guest on tonight's show, we have Wednesday from the Addams family. Let's go ahead and come on in, Wednesday. Let's see you. And there you are. Awesome.
Oh my goodness, Wednesday. We are so honored that you are our guest on our show this Halloween episode. I am so excited. How are you doing?
Well, hello.
I love your enthusiasm.
I'm so fangirling right now. Oh my goodness.
Oh, I bet right now. I'm just like, you are as excited as we are, obviously. And you've got your family behind you, kind of encouraging you on. I can tell you're a little bit shy.
Well, my family, I actually put on a stone curse. So there are currently statues behind me so they won't interrupt this most important evening.
You know, you nailed it. I've been wanting to do that for a while, but Svea says no.
Yeah.
Because that's usually with Svea.
But see, it's okay that Wednesday does it because she's awesome.
Well, the thing is that you don't ask, you just do.
Well, that's
Okay.
one way to do it.
Yes,
So
that's good advice.
who's that with you?
This is my sidekick, Socrates. He's actually a little shy around humans, so you may see him disappear from time to time.
Is he
Wow.
squirting disappearing ink? How does he do that? Biology.
It's a special formula when I had him created in my lab.
Oh.
Oh, you're also a scientist.
Well, of course. How else would I deal with this dreadful world?
Again, your positivity is
Oh my goodness.
just is amazing.
Wow. So what are you doing for Halloween this year?
Halloween is one of the most awful days of the year, and I can't wait. We go from house to house and hope for the best treats.
Really? So do you do any tricks on Halloween?
I do lots of tricks every day,
Okay.
but on Halloween in particular, they're certainly morbid.
Got it.
Awesome.
I'm wondering, what kind of treats do you look forward to on Halloween to such an awful day?
Well, if you go to the good houses on the block, sometimes you'll get rotten mice. Other times you'll get candy laced with razor blades, which are my favorite, and I always take them from my pet dog, Pugsley. He is not allowed to have those kinds of treats. If you notice, that's Pugsley over there.
Yeah.
My pet dog. He fights with Socrates. So I have to protect him. Socrates was scared. It's okay.
Well, I see he's kind of shaking, but how many when you try to tickle Socrates, I mean, I imagine you want to try to get him to laugh. How many tickles does it take to make him laugh?
I don't know what a laugh is.
It's the opposite of what Svea's doing.
You're so awesome.
You okay? Maybe she needs a doctor. It
I do.
Well, I'm going to go and give away the punchline. I was going to say 10 tickles.
10 tickles. Did you like that, Socrates?
Well, he
Good.
started to disappear again.
Hmm.
Okay, what are some great ways for our audience tonight to celebrate Halloween in a couple days?
Well, Halloween I love to spend with all of my favorite ghouls out in a cemetery often. And we like to honor our loved ones. We bring them treats and share our good candy with them. You know, the kind that have syringes filled with poisonous elixirs and whatnot. That's some of my favorite times.
Okay, now for everybody that may be questioning Wednesday's choices in Halloween treats and giving her favorite ones, granted, I would not recommend your kids do this because Wednesday obviously has a stronger constitution when it comes to things that people might consider lethal that Wednesday will consider an hors d'oeuvre. So I want to just kind of like do a preface with that.
Yes,
But remember,
children,
we are talking,
please.
it is Wednesday.
This is true. I live in the land of imaginary, and I'm actually 116 years old. When I get to be 118, I may be able to venture out into the human world.
Oh, okay.
Got
I
it.
totally understand it.
How does your family how does some of your family celebrate? What their favorite Halloween traditions?
Let's see. We usually start off the night by shooting off Uncle Fester out of a huge cannonball to see how far he can go. Sometimes he'll fall into the roof of the next door neighbor's house, and that is excellent.
That is really awesome.
Earl from Quarantinos does the same thing. We can probably see that. We've seen him do that to celebrate Halloween.
Indeed. And then our grandmother, she makes this most glorious goblin stew. It's green and bubbles up with eyeballs. Those are my favorite.
That sounds good. Oh my goodness. Oh wait. Oh no.
Oh, Svea, what happened?
Oh my gosh.
Maybe that doctor finally came. If it's our family doctor, she's definitely in danger.
Understood. I definitely do not even want to look at the details of your family's healthcare plan. But I'm just wondering, Svea, I heard a thump. Are you all right? Because you're definitely not on here. And me with Wednesday right now, I need somebody to run interference for and Svea's back.
Whoa.
Where's the rest of Svea?
What are you talking about?
Look down.
Oh my gosh. Where's my body?
Look around and see if you can look for something with a set of flip-flops that Princess Leia's licking the hand of.
I don't see where it is.
Okay. What can you describe what you see around you?
I see a computer monitor. I see a cell phone.
Okay. Pick up the cell phone. Well, obviously there's more going on here than science can explain. Wednesday, you are a scientist. Do you know you've done the science, your family's medical plan is obviously a little more advanced than other people's in the realm of normalcy, though that's probably not an applicable word here. What can you diagnose what's going on with Svea?
Most definitely. What I see occurring is what's called an out of body experience. And what this means is that only the most important part of her exists, which is her brain,
Oh, well, at least I still exist.
left behind as to free up her energy to do more, be more, and go into places that she wouldn't normally go to.
I'm beginning to wonder because you talked about our most important part about the brain, and I'm going to make a brain joke, but I'm not going to go there. Svea's probably giving me that look right now, but obviously,
I think James is jealous.
I think so too. I think he's jealous that I can go anywhere and not have to walk anywhere.
okay. Well, let's just say that.
What
Hey,
just
Svea, at least you
happened?
don't buy shoes anymore.
What just happened?
Oh no.
I just heard a plop. I wonder if we're going to see. Okay, Svea's in one piece.
What do you mean? What just happened?
Well, we're going to replay this for you a little later, and let's just say that you're going to need a Dr. Bell. That was just beyond weird. So,
Oh,
yes.
What did you say, Wednesday?
I said that went particularly well. Usually it ends with an exploding head.
Okay.
I would buy tickets for that.
Interesting. I don't know what just happened.
Well, so then we're going to have a little discussion afterward, and you may be a little grossed out and freaked out, but don't worry. Apparently, it's perfectly normal with Wednesday around.
Okay.
So,
all right. Well,
Wednesday,
thank you so much, Wednesday. You are awesome as always, and we're so grateful you could visit us.
Absolutely. So, folks, everybody say bye, and a big thank you, folks. Post a big thank you to Wednesday for coming on our show tonight.
I am most pleased with the way that this evening had transpired. Until next time, I will never forget you, but I'll try.
I love Wednesday.
Oh my goodness, Wednesday was so awesome. She just was like the finishing on our show.
Oh, the creme de la horrible creme. And did your head explode?
No, actually, I think I'm feeling better. I had a little bit of a headache, and now it's better.
Svea, it's a little bit of brain matter in your hair. There's a little bit of brain matter in your hair. You pick it out. Just pick it out.
I don't see anything.
Something exploded, apparently.
I don't think so. Look, I don't think so. No.
No, there's brain matter.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I think it was a head next to you that exploded.
Maybe a head next to me, but not mine.
Were you, when you were floating around, did you see other heads around you?
No, I didn't. I just saw you guys on the monitor.
Okay. Well, there's just a little bit of blood there, some guts, and I think I see some brain matter. All right.
I don't know. Maybe that's on your shirt.
No. Nope.
Your shirt does
I
look
sure
a
matches
little,
my friend's Mr. Pumpkin.
Your shirt actually looks a little bloody over there.
I have an evening job. I have to go back till we get done.
Okay. All right.
Cold case files are resulting. All right.
All right. All right. So
folks,
what's going on next week, James?
All right. So, folks, as we wrap up tonight's show, our Halloween specials, it's been so much fun getting ready for this and doing it. On next week's show, we're going to introduce the guest. Now, mind you, I'm leaving for Val South Expedition come Sunday.
Yes.
So we want to go ahead and introduce next week's guest.
Yes.
Is going to be Midori Davidson from Break the Silence Against Domestic Violence.
Yes. So next week is going to be a very interesting show. We occasionally do our own shows where we talk about topics that are important to know about, and this was one of those that we felt that was totally appropriate. James is going to be going kayaking for a month long, and it's his charity expedition. You want to talk really quick about it?
Yeah. Break the Silence Against Domestic Violence. This is what I'm about to do is called the 2021 Val South Expedition. It's my 7th time paddling the entire lower Colorado River. I leave in 48 hours. I will be on Lake Mead living out of the kayak.
48 hours from now. I leave early Sunday morning for South Cove near the western mouth of the Grand Canyon. I'll be launching from there and paddling the entire lower Colorado River, 500 miles south to the Gulf of California and Mexico. So I'm going through 3 states and 2 countries. And this is my 7th time doing it. And my 5th year paddling for Break the Silence Against Domestic Violence. I have a family member that benefited from their services. She has a very abusive husband in her first marriage. And so it's pretty personal for me. And we actually met with Midori earlier today just to kind of get to know you session and talk to her about the show. And it's worth it. And don't think you're going to watch this, you're going to watch it and get all depressed and think, oh, great, horrible. But she was very uplifting.
Yeah.
Through the subject matter and how serious it is. Very uplifting.
It's going to be a really great show, guys. And it's really a lot of great information for anyone. And you might know someone that you want to share this episode with great information to help them. So that's what we really thought would be a really nice.
Their volunteers, their services, what they offer makes me want to paddle 500 miles of river. 3 states and 2 countries to do it for them. So with that, we're going to bring the show to a close. We thank everybody for watching our Halloween special. We really hope you had as much fun watching as we did doing it.
Yes. Happy Halloween, everyone. Hugs and kisses.
And be safe. Enjoy your Halloween on Sunday. And this has been another
Don't
episode.
eat any candy with razor blades in it.
Just watch out if you're going to the Adams house to get candy.
Yes.
Double check your kids' candy.
Yes.
And just know what you're walking up to and into. So we should do the medical laugh. Let me bring up the slide. Okay. And look what happened.
What is that? Come on.
How did that slide get on here for our final show of our final Halloween?
I think it's someone's name starts with a J.
What is it? John? John did it?
Second letter A.
Janice.
Third letter M.
Jamis.
4th letter E.
Jameus.
Okay, it's James.
Oh, you're blaming me for this?
Yep.
Oh, we talking after the credits, okay?
Yes, those are fighting words. Those are fighting words.
Them's fighting words. All right, folks. With that, now we're actually gonna bid you adieu. Have a safe Halloween and enjoy yourself. And thank you for watching this week's episode of Late Night Craft Talk. One more look at the slide, then we go.
Oh my goodness! Seriously.
Dance. Oh, ain't he cute?